Hello everybody, my name is Alex Fuchs. I'm a food and beverage photographer from Berlin in Germany, and you're watching Easy Food Photography. That's a place where I share all my little tips and tricks around food photography exclusively with you. And today's topic is a little bit like an off topic. I will talk a little bit about the DJI Ronin S, which has, primarily not really something to do with food photography, but it is related to food videography. So nowadays, the lines between photography on one hand and videography on the other hand are smudging. I know a lot of colleagues who are doing both. So when you are into that, lean back, enjoy, and stay tuned. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the DJI Ronin S. I want to say that I'm not in any kind related to DJI. I bought it myself. I think it's one of the best gimbals you can get for your money. Usually it costs around $750, I think. I got it through a hot deal or to a hot special winter deal for nearly a third less. So I grabbed it. The DJI Ronin S is a camera gimbal, like you see that on that picture. You put the camera on it and then you can do really steady shots. And the thing with the DJI Ronin S is you can put it in one hand or two hands and, run around and do awesome videography. So one thing what catch my eye first was I never bought something which has this fancy styrofoam suitcase. I really like that. That's really crazy, and you have this fancy, this fancy lock here somehow. But okay, now, so that's really crazy. So, but never mind. So what's in the box? It's really pretty straightforward. You have, like a base tripod thing. You can use it as a handle too, but the magic is you can open it and then it's a tripod. And you can easily, put your gimbal down. So then you have a hand grip. In the hand grip is a battery, so you usually attach it to the tripod. So then you have the gimbal itself. You just have a look. This. You just put it there and just watch out because that's maybe a little bit odd. When you lock it, the lock is not really going the whole way down. So it's more or less half the way down. Don't overdo it. There are people out there which broke the lock, so don't do that. So yeah, what's in the box? So you have a lot of paperwork, like a quick starter guide and all these things, but I don't want to talk about that. You have a charger and a charging cable. I want to talk about that later on. You have a few hex keys in the box. You have a few screws, and you have a lens support and a screw for the lens support, so you can attach it to the base plate. The base plate is also coming with the box, and then you have a few cables, and you have this fancy suitcase where all the cables and all the tiny stuff is in it. So and that's it. And now you have to attach the camera to the base plate, and then you have to level the camera on the gimbal. This takes maybe a few minutes, so we will see you just again in a few seconds. It took me maybe 10 minutes to get that camera on the gimbal. You know, you did it right if you know, you can if the camera holds in every position, so you know, you can do whatever you want. You did it right if your camera is attached like that. How you can do that, there are tons and millions of videos out there. I will link one down below. But you know, what you have to do when you attached it the very first time and you want to bring it to life. I made a mistake, or I don't really made a mistake, but I haven't known that you have to activate the gimbal through an app called DJI Ronin Assistant. You can download it for free from DJI, but you have to activate the gimbal. I don't know why, you know, because it makes no sense for me, but you have to activate it through that app. The app is really good. You can do nearly anything. You can, you know, you can configure how smooth or not so smooth the motors should work, or you know, how to tilt, pan, roll, whatever you want. So check that out. That's really interesting. But you know, the first time when you try to activate it, it's doing nothing. So, but how to get it done? So down here is a button where you have camera LEDs. You have some battery LEDs. So now it's fully charged. Oh, when it comes, you have to charge it first with a charger. So there is a charger coming with, and in front here is I think it's a micro C USB. You can connect the charger here direct under the gimbal. And then, you know, the whole charging process is around 2.5 hours. And then you will have 12 hours of support before the battery dies. I haven't tested it yet, but that's what DJI says. I don't know if that's true, but you know, maybe nearly. So at the back of the gimbal, you have a little, like a joystick. You can, I will show you that in a minute when it's on. So you first have to switch that button down below to get the battery activated. And then there is on a side a switch, a power switch. And then you get a beep sound, and then you see the gimbal is straightening himself up. Like that. The first time when you're doing it, it's doing nothing. Just to remind you, you have to activate it through the app. So that's really important. I show you that in a minute, how to do that. Yeah, and then you're ready to go. So the gimbal has different programs. I'm not really into that right now. And the good thing is, you know, the thing why I bought that gimbal was when you connect your camera with a cable, you can use the focus wheel on the side to control your focus. And that's not working with every cam. You have to check out if your cam is supported. But with the 5D Mark III, it's possible when you buy an adapter from micro USB to mini USB, then you can put it in your camera, and then you put the cable at the side of the gimbal and put it in your camera, and then you're ready to go. and then you can control the, then you're getting a green light down here, and you can control the your focus through the focus wheel, which is pretty handy. So yeah, and that's it more or less. Okay, let's go through the app. You can download the Ronin DJI Pro Assistant at Google Play or at iTunes. So to activate, you have to go down there, push the button, and when your Ronin is switched on, it should appear down there. Then you have to push the button, and that's it. Then it's activated, and then it should work probably. It's that easy, but you have to do it through the app, otherwise it won't work. Hope you find that interesting, even when it was a little bit off topic. But I know a lot of food photographer colleagues are doing videography nowadays as well. So that's a really interesting piece of gear to have. You can do amazing shots with that. So I'm working usually as a videographer and director of photography too. That's the reason why I'm into these kind of tech gear. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment down below. If you found the video interesting, just give it a thumbs up or hit the subscribe button. If you want to bring your food photography a step further, you could go straight to easyfoodphotography.com and just subscribe for my free 7-day course, Shoot Food Like a Pro. It's absolutely free, and as one of my subscribers wrote to me, it's free like bacon, and bacon is always good. So feel free to check that out. And I will link a video here or here, so you can get an overview what's in the course. That's it. So live long and prosper. Hope to see you again, and see ya. Bye.